And welcome back to this, it's a sad edition of Morning Live as we say goodbye to Nicola Jones, original team member who lost her battle with cancer yesterday in Mexico, 41, and way too young.
It's coming in waves for me because I woke up this morning to the news and you have that initial shock. You're just like, no, it can't be true. And then you just try to fill your mind with happy thoughts because there's so many happy thoughts, right?
Absolutely.
Because she was infectious, right?
And I think she'd prefer that we remember that.
For sure, right? But then again, right now, just sitting and seeing Lori and
Lori,
I have to apologize. I'm not good at this.
I know we had a big gooey hug during the commercial break because we hadn't had a chance to talk this morning. And you were so close to Nicola. I mean, again, original team member.
Yeah, that's the thing. She was a fighter. Everybody knew that. She was a fighter. And we knew that she fought not only for her own life, but for Christian.
Yeah. For a 9-year-old son. Yeah. You know, I know it does rip your heart out, and she fought so hard, you know. And you're right, Tim. Like we heard that, you know, it was a tough battle and it was dire, you know. But you know, it's just, you know, you can't prepare for this. You're in denial. You just pray and hope for there's some.
Yeah, we all thought that she was gonna come back.
Yeah.
But because she's so strong, I think that's what she wanted, right? She wanted everyone to see her as that strong woman that would fight till the end. Yeah. And she really did.
And she did, and she threw everything.
Well, she tried every method. She looked at every possible road, you know, through holistic medicine to, conventional medicine, and it was just.
And it just, you know, and it wasn't her family, but cancer is so indiscriminate. I don't know of anyone who looked after themselves more. I mean, she blogged about healthy living, you know, and she was just so, you know, in terms of, you know, mind, soul, and body, she was just so in tune. Well, it's a very spiritual person.
We like to think about some of the funny memories. One of the things that came to my mind, I remember, of course, Nicola and I are both of British descent, so we decided to go to see the Queen together, and we all dressed up in it. Yes, we had our little Union Jack flags, and we went to see the Queen down at Cobb's Coliseum way back when she was in town, and had our little crowns, and made a day of it, and had tea and scones, and to see the Queen, because we both were all, and then that reminded me today when we saw the announcement for Will and Kate's next baby being born due in April, and I thought, oh, Nicola would love that. She was very much about the royal family. So
you know, we had many exchanges. You know, we texted, you know, throughout the summer, but she was really just, you know, she didn't want to you know, see people during her battle. Very rarely. There's rare windows.
She's very quiet.
Yeah, so we would text a lot and phone calls, you know, and that sort of thing. The last time I actually really got to hang out with her was I think it was March or April at the Dundas Valley School of Art, because we created those pieces of art for the auction, and she brought Christian with her.
And she wasn't well.
She wasn't well then.
But she came.
Yeah, she came, and I was just watching her. We were doing pottery, and just watching her work with Christian, and you know, I was soaking that up because she was fighting so hard, and her son there, and I just,
So we all know that she's a beautiful, talented woman. Like, it just came out. But everybody has to understand how passionate she was, you know, to be a mother,
she was. That
to
was
have
key,
a
Lori.
privilege to be a mom.
Absolutely key. And you and I mean, we talk about, we all had boys on the morning show.
And we all talk about our boys.
And we all talk about our boys so much, and that was one thing with Nicola. You could always feel the love for Christian, just deep, deep, deep seated. And she always had advice for us, being, you know, with Christian being 9 and our boys being younger.
He's a good kid too. He was
What
in here
a
couple months ago.
Such
Just a couple months ago.
Oh, sure, let's roll that again.
That's back in 2001.
I remember Nicola Jones.
Whoopsie daisies.
She loved to dance. Didn't you find that?
Oh yeah, we were.
Every opportunity she had to dance, she was smiling and laughing.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah, this is just actually this is a typical Morning Live meeting.
Yes, this is what we did. We would have a dance party right after.
Exactly. Every show ended with a dance party, and then they would have their way.
Bob would always lead the way.
Because we know in a morning show you need to feed off of everybody's energy. Because sometimes, like, I don't have energy, so I feed off of Jack, and same with you, Bob, and Les and Lori. You always have energy, but we need to feed off of that energy sometimes to get us going in the morning.
Yeah,
and she always had that energy. I remember back to this massive snowstorm. I'm trying to find the video, but I can't.
I know.
This massive snowstorm a couple years ago. And I went downstairs and we started having a snowball fight, and then we ended up like spending the whole day in the snow, just playing in the snow because it was coming down and everybody was stuck, and we were just having fun in the snow and making snowmans. And
Yeah, because
I don't know.
And as you mentioned, like because
She was able to roll with it.
you got to work with Nicola twice.
Yeah,
because,
the Weather Network and
then
here, and spent a lot of time with her at the Weather Network on weekend shifts and having so much fun.
Yeah.
And we want to mention also the people behind the scenes too.
Right.
We want to mention Luke, who's
Yes.
our cameraman, who also worked with her.
All of our makeup artists too.
Leanne.
She was here this morning, and she would have loved to have been on camera too, because her and
Yes.
Nicola were quite close.
And
And,
Deepa as well.
Joanne reached out to us as well.
And
this
my
morning.
former co-host Kathy Wegner.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to get hold of her this morning. I haven't had a
Yes.
chance to have contact with her, but of course, so many memories that Kathy would have, and yeah.
And we
Just
also
an
want to mention
outpour of
Carla
love.
too.
And Carla, of course.
We don't want to forget her too. It's just such a shock.
And Dean Stoltz, who was
And
a
Dean.
digital overnight
Dean
reporter.
just posted on Facebook
Yes.
a picture of you and Nicola with Dean, and
Yeah.
Dean,
Again, Dean was part of our original family. What an
Fantastic
awesome
guy.
group.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Yeah.
just so good.
We had so many memories, but again,
do.
thanks for
So
all
good.
your messages, because Nicola often spoke about the messages and the overwhelming love and support she got from the CHCH viewership, and it was felt by Nicola, and we appreciate the love that you sent her way and all your prayers. Well, it's very sad news, but we've got to get back to business. We've got another hour of Morning Live coming up, starting with the news at 8 o'clock right after this.
Okay.
Hey, welcome back. So we remember that special friend Nicola Jones, who left us way too early. She lost her battle with cancer yesterday in Mexico at only 41, and she fought so hard. And was so sustained by all your messages of hope and love, and she often spoke of that. And there's one of our Morning Live meetings.
Look at your face, Bob.
Yeah, I know. It's the look.
I only knew Nicola for one day.
Yeah.
And,
That's right, we barely knew each other yet. She was giving you a lap dance.
that's pretty much how things started
That's how it
out.
was, yep. And it's gone on from there.
Pretty much.
Went on from there.
And we miss her like crazy. But I was saying before the break, hasn't sunk in yet. It really hasn't.
No.
When
I
I
think
see
it's
the
gonna take-
picture.
It's going to take a long time.
Yeah, and we were just in denial. We just were praying and hoping so hard, even though we knew how.
It sounded grim,
It did,
but
it
you
did.
kept that hope going.
Yeah.
You kind of just wanted to hear that miracle that, you know what, hey, she went
Yes.
through surgery, and hey, she's recovering, right?
Yeah.
And it was just...
It's looking up.
She was so strong too through the whole thing. Didn't you find Nicola was very quiet about it in the beginning, and then she started to share her story?
Yes, that's
remember?
right. Yes.
And she was so strong. She's such a fighter that the whole community,
Yeah.
everyone was there for her, and everyone felt that she was going to pull
And
through.
knowing how brave, that's when it was really hitting me too, when I was talking to her in the summer, and knowing how brave she is. But when she came right out and told me just how scared she was, and obviously
Yeah.
she'd
Yeah,
be scared,
yeah. Oh,
but
yeah.
to verbalize it,
Yeah.
really gripped me.
that much more
Yeah.
real.
Yep, really.
That's why I think it's such a shock, because we know Nicola is also such a fighter.
Yeah.
Period. When she has her eyes on something, she gets really passionate about it, very inspiring. That's why it's such a shock. That's why I think we still believe deep down inside
Yeah.
that she's going to come through those
Sure.
doors.
Oh, yeah.
And say, hey.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she believed
Yes.
it too.
Yeah.
I
That's
truly
right.
think she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
think
she
so.
did. She did believe.
That she would beat this and come right,
Right.
back and keep
we,
going.
we see her picture and just so many memories come and just
Right.
and
Yes,
it's just
yes.
it's Nicola, and it'll just I can't believe she's gone. But I know there's actually a lot of memories I don't have because
Because you were the
I'm not
boy.
a chick.
You were the
And
only boy.
You were the boy.
there were some overnight girl sleepovers.
There
you
was.
couldn't.
Brian, you and I know.
No, we couldn't do that. No,
I mean-
But here's your opportunity now to reveal all.
Yeah, I know. All the stories are coming up. Bob's like, really? I missed that too.
Yeah.
And we loved plotting for our Halloween costumes. I remember when she was a bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. She had all over her head with like yarn and meatballs.
Oh,
and
you're
So I
kidding.
think about Halloween approaching now. We couldn't wait because we all dressed up back then, and it was just so much fun. We had a blast, just a blast.
Yeah, and just mentioning Kathy Wegner and
Yes.
the get together and the little pink martinis,
Yeah.
little pink.
Oh yeah. And we all tried to stay awake and party hard.
Party hard.
Had to have
But you
fun,
stayed up to
that's for sure.
7:30.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
She really
We were
did.
exhausted.
And that laugh of hers, that laugh, because I would come
I know.
down to the morning live office, and that's the first thing I'd hear
Yeah.
down the
I know.
hallway.
Oh,
is
yeah.
Nicola just howling.
loved
Yeah, we
to
were
laugh.
always
Oh, yeah.
laughing. As you alluded to earlier, sorry management, but we barely worked some mornings because we were such. They put together together as such a unit, the group of us, and it was all handpicked from different variables, and it was amazing. We all got along.
But we would either, just, be having a huge blast, laughing our heads off, or we'd have these big life talks with Nicola too, because she would, again,
she
she'd
had
love
the
to do that.
best advice, didn't she? I remember sneaking downstairs in between my traffic hits just to go and chat with Nicola. We'd talk all the time, and then we would meet for coffee, and we hung out a lot outside of work as well.
And I mentioned earlier on in the show, but to viewers just trying to example, like, she loves you so much. And when you came on board, I know Nicola she saw herself in Jacqueline.
Yeah, I agree.
She really
You
took
said
you under
that.
her wing and really wanted to mentor you, and I know how close you two became.
Yeah, I felt that too, exactly what you're saying. I truly felt like she was a big sister to me. She guided me, she was a great role model, just a beautiful, beautiful person.
Well, it's nice you have that. You have that, and you're going to carry
Absolutely.
that with you.
Absolutely.
You know what? It makes you really appreciate what we have, right? Because when she was so sick, she couldn't work out. And she would say to me, Jack, go, use your body, take care of your body, take care of your health, because when you're put in that circumstance, you really realize that.
Well, that's such a wonderful gift she gave you.
Absolutely.
To remember that.
Absolutely.
That's
And
great.
even last week I was saying, we were messaging back and forth. All she wanted was for me to bring her a wand she brought back from Disney. In her last week, she's about to go to Mexico, and she's thinking about someone else. She wanted it for her niece, for her Halloween costume.
And I mentioned that earlier too, because I was going through some stuff this summer, and we were talking, and like she was going, I'm going, because I called Nicola, and it was like, no, back to you, because this is what I'm dealing with is nothing.
Right.
But she's just so caring, and she just is always trying to turn it around, and caring about other people.
But not even for us. Don't you find she really supported our community?
Yeah, because she was very passionate about it, okay? And her passion showed. So everything that and it's funny because you can see that also with all the tweets, the Facebook comments. The viewers really, really...
Thank you so much for all your
caring person.
support and love, and she felt it, and it made a difference.
Thanks, guys.
We got to take a quick break. There's another hour of Morning Live coming up. We'll get right back to it. Thanks, guys. Welcome back to Morning Live. On Morning Live, we've had to get through, and we have with just about 10 minutes to go as we remember Nicola Jones, who we lost yesterday, and still hasn't sunk in, has it, when we look at that picture?
No, that's what we keep saying to each other, right? It hasn't.
It's a roller coaster for me, right? Because you get the initial shock.
Yes.
You knew that she was going to beat it, and then you have positive thoughts going into your head and all the good times that you had with her, and then you try to keep those in there, and then you just start thinking about Christian and her mom and her sister and the struggles that they went through the past.
But with all the warnings, you can never prepare for this stuff. And Leslie and I were just saying, we can just imagine her walking into the studio right now, and just it's Nicola. Hi,
Making us
Nicola.
all laugh.
And just
Because she always used to interject in other people's interviews. Always.
Well, that's the thing. She was always doing walk-ons.
So guys, if you
I know.
were at the desk, she would come over to me at mine. She goes, "Let's go walk."
Oh, yeah.
Club. And she wanted to get me to sneak in.
Bottom line is,
Remember, was we there?
The yogurt one,
Yeah.
She an instigator.
Bottom line is, when Nicola was here, our productivity was zero. I mean, seriously, you posted the other day on Nicola and I playing musical chairs in the studio.
It's true.
Well, she just had it. She had something. I know you guys talking about it earlier.
Yeah,
right?
well,
she was on when she was
She
on.
loved to laugh. We loved to make her laugh, and she just,
that laugh was so infectious, and she had that sense of fun. Oh, let's have some fun.
really
And
Oh, yeah.
mischief.
Oh, mischief.
She called me cheeky monkey, but she was the instigator. She was my enabler.
Very much mischievous.
That's right.
I remember her at Disney. Remember
love
she was
that
playing
shot.
with she was playing with the Minions. I don't think we have video of
Yes.
it. There's a picture of it.
I
with
posted
the
a video
Minions.
recently. I think CHCH shared it on Facebook, and she did the Minion forecast.
Yeah, that's the day we met. We really bonded.
Yeah.
I wonder why. I wonder
It's a
why.
dance party.
Yeah.
And then some warm and fuzzy thoughts by the fire.
Yeah,
We
we
always
can't
forget-
remember where it was.
No.
So much like you, Brian, she has to stand out in the cold and the
Yeah,
rain.
that's right.
And there was this one day, February of 2012,
There we
where
go.
it was snowing.
I
And she's
remember
like,
that.
"Tim, get down here. Let's try and build a snowman."
Yeah.
Like there's like 30 centimeters of snow
And
coming
the
down.
coffee truck got stuck. Remember?
Oh, everybody got stuck in the parking lot.
Which, as long as he has coffee, that's fine.
Right.
But we were hanging out. It was supposed to be a snowman, but it wasn't packing snow. But it was coming down so hard. She's just like, "Let's just hang out here." So I'm wearing my dress pants, soaked through, and she's like, "Let's do." And these some random dogs showed up.
The dogs.
There's a man down. Let's eat him.
Let's see.
Every man for himself now.
That's right.
It's a snowstorm.
Yeah, I guess something so funny, so cute, turns so horrific.
That brings back.
That was fun.
awesome.
Oh my goodness. So many funny times,
Yep.
you know.
Oh, we were
and you wish
talking
you had
about
everyone on tape.
The rib eating thing that we did.
In that very same spot in the
spot.
summertime, because we're at a picnic table eating ribs, and I guess we should have balanced the table out instead. But it was TV, so the camera's shooting us, so we all have to sit on one edge of the picnic table.
Woof down all those ribs.
Well,
so
plus
there
we were
goes
getting
the,
heavier.
And we were on an incline.
Anyways, and we were on an incline, so what could possibly go wrong? All of a sudden, live television, the picnic table's going back.
But we're covered in sticky rib
We're
sauce.
covered in ribs, and yeah, we're upside down. Nice thing
Yes.
to do.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's cute. Of course, you're covered in ribs anyhow. If you eat a rib,
Right.
but
We
yeah.
just, lots of good times. But we remember Nicola and her.
Well, I was searching for that snow footage, and just going through some of the footage. She was always just so captivating on the air, and she could. Even though she had to do these weather hits over and over
Outside,
again, right?
outside,
But
yeah.
could always make them. Could always make them.
Oh, trust
Yeah,
me,
oh, yeah.
she didn't.
Yeah.
Trust me, she did not enjoy it sometimes.
No, but they always, you know, she executed them so perfectly. I don't think she had one outtake in her time. Oh, she did. Roll the clip.
Oh, really? Okay.
Stuff for you. Merry Christmas. Enjoy.
That's it. They're ready.
Have we talked about the bat at all too? Remember that whole situation?
We're
with the
showing
bat?
some.
That's an outtake.
That's an
No, wait a
outtake.
second. That was live television, the whole
That
darn
was.
thing.
Yes, talk about
television.
being cool under fire.
No
right?
kidding. She was so put together.
Oh man, I don't know whether I could have done that. The bat flying around your
Yeah,
head
me neither.
in
No
the studio.
kidding.
Yes.
I would have been on a chair.
Always so
We're in the
professional.
corner.
Yeah, under the desk.
Yeah, really. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah, so many fun times, and I think that's what we have to remember now is all the fun times.
Right.
You know the battle that she went through and how hard she fought, and now we have to say, okay, we were so pleased to be able to know her, and we have to carry that with us.
Oh,
Yeah.
And that we're
Yes, we
so
do.
proud of her because
Yeah.
she fought so hard, not only for herself, for the community,
Yeah.
and for her son.
Yes.
We keep mentioning Christian, right?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, and she
little
fought
Christian.
for her son, you know. And the thing that got me, that she threw everything at it, and she fought so hard, but. And obviously, she was scared to, she was so scared.
But she hid that so well.
Well, but at the same time, she would reveal it. She wasn't afraid to reveal that. Like I remember a couple times she just said, "Bob, pray for me. I'm so scared," and that just, because I knew how hard she was fighting this, and, yeah,
And that took ultimate courage.
yeah.
When you ask for help.
When you're at, yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult for us to put it into words.
Yeah, but and
just don't
knowing
know
how
what to say.
just how bad it was and how grim it was, but we just she was just so full of life and just
Yep.
so much fight in her. There's got to be a way out of this thing.
Well, she was just so determined for Christian, right? I mean, if anything, like he was the light in her life. So, she obviously had other family, and still great respect for Chris, her ex-husband. But still, it was Christian. It was about Christian, and she just adored
Yeah.
being his
I
mom.
had, yeah, you know what? Oh, I had a Facebook friend, Donna Williamson is her name. She came up with a great suggestion because there's so many messages on our individual Facebook.
So many great
But at the CHCH Facebook, we should just print them all off and put them in a package for Christian,
we should.
so he can see how his mom impacted so many
for-
people.
You know what?
That's a
would
great
you-
idea. Thank you, Donna, for that.
That's a fantastic idea, and I just want to. So many Facebook and Twitter messages for all the viewers. We know that she appreciated and loved that, but I just want to mention one in particular, Craig Keel. Words cannot express the sadness I feel today after hearing the loss of Nicola. The original cast of Morning Live was, in my opinion, the best ensemble ever put together. My heart goes out to all who knew her, especially her little man, who will need the love and support of everyone around him. Having lost my father when I was 9, I know all too well how devastating the loss of a parent can be for a little boy. For Nicola, we all need to be there for him.
We do, and they say it takes a
Yes.
village to raise a child, and that this
And
is
it
where it
does.
really comes in. This little boy needs.
And the fundraiser is still taking place next week.
Right,
Yeah.
October
Thanks for bringing
28th.
that up. That is still happening, and
Tuesday
details are
night.
online at the at CHCH.com and also our Facebook page. We got to go.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
for sharing your morning with us and sharing your thoughts and memories of Nicola Jones.